Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're uncovering the fascinating, high-tech journey of a simple pinch of spice. You know, that pinch of chili or cumin doesn't just magically appear in your kitchen. It actually goes from a raw, dirt-covered plant to a flavor powerhouse through some pure, incredible science. Here's our roadmap for the journey. We're going to hit the chemistry of flavor, farm to factory processing, grinding and blending, safety and quality control, and finally, packaging and the future of the industry. Let's just jump right in.
Section 1. The chemistry of flavor. Let's look at what actually makes spices taste good. So what gives our food its color, aroma, and unforgettable heat? Well, when you taste or smell a spice, you aren't just tasting food. You're actually experiencing pure, delicious chemistry interacting directly with your senses. A spice's unique flavor profile comes directly from its specific chemical compounds. The second those aroma molecules hit your nose, boom, a totally complex biological and chemical reaction takes place.
It's kind of wild to think about, but spices are really just specific plant parts. I mean, our everyday ingredients literally come from roots, bark, and tiny berries. Turmeric, that's harvested from an underground rhizome. Cinnamon is literally tree bark. Black pepper comes from dried berries, and cumin relies on seeds. Each of these unique biological structures houses its own totally unique chemical composition.
Think about that intense heat you feel from a chili pepper. That actually comes from chemical compounds called capsaicinoids. We can basically just think of them as heat molecules. When you eat spicy food, these little heat molecules interact directly with your taste and smell systems, and that's what creates that signature burn we all know and love.
Now, on the flip side, turmeric contains compounds called curcuminoids. These act as the color molecules, giving the spice its super bright, characteristic yellow look. So, just like capsaicinoids give you the heat, curcuminoids give you the visual identity. It's a great reminder that when we talk about flavor or color in food, we're really just talking about chemistry in action.
Moving on to Section 2, Farm to Factory Processing, or as I like to call it, the rescue mission.
Turning raw crops into safe ingredients is a critical step-by-step process. We're talking harvesting, cleaning and sorting, drying and grinding. After harvesting, plants have to be rigorously cleaned, meticulously dried, and perfectly ground. If you skip or rush literally just one of these steps, the whole final product is absolutely ruined. Because think about it, straight out of the dirt, raw spices are covered in unwanted materials like soil, stones, dust, insects, and microorganisms. So processing facilities have to act like high-tech sorting centers. They use air, gravity separation, clever sieves, and powerful magnets to pull all those contaminants away. It is an intense engineering process just to make sure you're getting pure spice and nothing else. And then there's water. Moisture is the ultimate enemy of fresh spices. Drying isn't just about removing water, right? It's a highly controlled step to stop microbial bacteria growth and lock in that beautiful natural aroma. Too much moisture and the spice goes bad fast. But blast it with too much heat and you completely destroy it. It has to be absolutely perfect.
Which brings us to Section 3, Grinding and Blending. Getting this delicate balance right gets surprisingly complicated.
The golden rule here is pretty simple, but super important. Friction creates heat, and heat destroys flavor. If the industrial grinding machine gets too hot, it will literally burn away the volatile compounds. That means the spice loses its natural smell and taste before it even gets into a jar. Plus, particle size dictates how a spice tastes, so food technologists really have to dial in those milling conditions perfectly. And when creating things like curry powder or a barbecue rub, food scientists have to blend multiple ingredients flawlessly. There's a saying in the industry that a small change in the ratio of ingredients can completely change the sensory profile of the final product. You need precise blending of multiple chemical profiles to get that exact same consistent flavor and color every single time you buy a bottle.
Section 4. Safety and Quality Control. Time for catching the imposters.
To prevent hazards, facilities use a management system called HACCP that stands for Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point. Basically, it addresses food safety by controlling biological, chemical, and physical hazards. This is what ensures your spices add flavor, not a foodborne illness. Labs are constantly running microbiological tests and checking for foreign matter to make absolutely sure the product is perfectly safe for human consumption before it ever leaves the factory floor. These labs are also hunting for food fraud, which is known as adulteration. This happens when shady suppliers secretly add cheap, fake fillers or artificial colors to increase their volume and cut production costs. But advanced analytical methods catch these imposters. They make sure that when you're paying your hard-earned money for authentic, safe, pure cumin or turmeric, you actually get pure cumin or turmeric. Finally, Section 5. Packaging and the future. Let's look at the flavor armor.
All that careful processing means nothing if the product degrades on the supermarket shelf, right? So packaging acts as this protective flavor armor. It has to protect the spices from moisture, oxygen, light, contamination, and the loss of those volatile aroma compounds. It's highly engineered to keep the volatile chemistry securely locked inside the jar or pouch while keeping the outside environmental contaminants entirely out.
But here's the sustainability challenge. Food scientists, like those in Pakistan's rapidly expanding spice industry, are currently trying to balance eco-friendly, recyclable materials with that vital product protection. It is a really tough balancing act. If the eco-friendly packaging doesn't provide enough of a barrier, the spice loses its quality instantly. So the future of the whole industry really relies on massive innovations in material science. Looking at the whole timeline, from the literal dirt on the farm harvest to cleaning and sorting, drying and grinding, lab quality testing, all the way to protective packaging, the journey of a single spice is a true marvel of modern food technology. We've seen how agricultural processing, food safety, and chemical preservation all have to work in perfect harmony to deliver a standardized product. So, what scientific secrets are hiding inside your spice cabinet right now? The next time you open your pantry, remember you aren't just looking at ingredients. You are looking at carefully preserved, chemically complex marvels of modern science. So tell us, which Pakistani spice should we explore next? Let us know. Thanks for learning with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.